I just analyze all these pairs and I'm going to tell you exactly which ones I'm going to be looking for this next week. I'm going to have my eyes on these top 6 that you can see here. First of all, Euro AUD. I'm already on this trade actually, but just to break it down, we have bearish. We had a pullback this past week. This pullback, we were rejecting this previous structure point on the weekly. If we go to the daily, we see all this bearish movement. I said last week that we needed a pullback to this area so we can reject this previous structure point, bounce off the support resistance area. We also have the EMA and we have the 65,500 psychological number. So last week on Thursday, as you can see, we turn bearish here, a little pullback with this candlestick, big candlestick going bearish. And after all these candles, I got in the trade, a little bit of a pullback, and then we started going bearish, a little bit of a pullback, and we kept going bearish. What can we expect next week, and how can you enter this trade if you can enter this trade? I think we're gonna have a pullback to this area just to reject on the 4 hour, this previous structure point. We could also be rejecting the EMA. We could also be rejecting this 65,500 again. So if price comes here and you get a good entry, I wouldn't hesitate to get in this trade. This is a beautiful trade, as you can see here. It's even the same trade that we had on the past. As you can see, we're going bearish, reaction. We see the pullback here. It happened in 3 days. This time it happened in 3 days as well. So this is a really nice trade. I have my take profit in here. And let me see. I have my take profit around the EMA in the weekly. And also here is where the last push ended. Same here as well. And even on this same trade example as before, we went all the way here. So if we're being, I wouldn't like to say that we can go all the way here, but we could. But for now, I think this is a good take profit, so I'm gonna leave it right there. Second, we have USD CAD. Last week I said the same thing. I didn't like this price action that we had before, so I needed a good confirmation to get in this trade. And as you can see, I let it pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of what you could call a rejection, a little bit of rejection. But as you can see, I got in the last moment when everything was mostly confirmed. As you can see, we had a lot of price bouncing off this point, boom, 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 boom. But as soon as I saw this big candle, like in some way, like eating all this area, and in one candle, like one big candle like this, I knew it was the start of the bearish trend. So I just waited for a pullback, and as you can see in the 1 hour, poop, we came all the way here. I waited for the pullback, and then I got in right around here, or actually I think I got in like right around here in this candle. I thought this was like the end of the pullback. It wasn't, but I put the stop loss here a little bit on top of here, as you can see here. So I put it right there, and we ended up having a good trade. What am I waiting for this week? I'm waiting for a pullback, maybe. If it happens, of course. We could be rejecting the EMA, Ryan psychological number 43, and also the previous structure point. I can't really see the candles from here, but let's say it's around here. If we want to take that one as consideration, maybe here. So yes, I'm gonna be waiting on a pullback right here. We can put an alert there, and if price comes all the way here and I see it has to, this is what could happen. This is what I need for me to take this trade. I need a pullback, blah blah blah. As soon as we come to this area, if I see that we switch from bullish here to bearish, a little rejection, this is my zone. This is where I'll try to put a position to keep going bearish. Okay, USDJPY, this happened to perfection last week. We are bullish on the week. On the daily, we are bearish. We were at this point last Friday. I knew if we want to keep going bullish, then we're going to get here and we're going to keep going bullish. If we want to keep going bearish with the daily, we need a rejection from this area. We needed this pullback was a must. And I knew the possibilities of this movement happening were it just makes sense. And if we had the reaction here, basically, as you can see, we were bearish, big candlestick. I see this little pullback. I thought it was a reaction of this previous structure point. As you can see, we broke bearish again, but for like at this moment, I thought it was the moment for me to get in, and I got in right here. As you can see, let's see the 1 hour. Let's see here, we were bearish. As soon as I see that we went bullish right here, I think at this point I got in, ran right around here, and thank God it didn't hit stop loss. I usually put the stop loss a little bit farther than these areas, or if I'm using these sticks or like a candle for reference, but in this case it was this area. So as you can see, we didn't get stopped out and we went straight to profit. I couldn't take the continuation of this bearish market because it happened so fast. As you can see here, I was expecting at least a little bit of a structure here in the 4 hour, and it did happen. And by the time I wanted to get in, it was already too late, like right around here. So I wasn't convinced at all, and I was happy for this trade. So a lot of times you have to try to prevent losses. That's even more smart than taking trades to see if you can get like a good reward. And the trade that I took here, because I couldn't take the bearish movement here, I went to GBP JPY, and this actually made a little bit of sense. We're rejecting this EMA in the weekly. We're bearish as well in the daily. And as you can see, I stopped here on Friday, which I wouldn't say it's a good thing at all, but I wouldn't say it's bad. I just don't like, the candlestick can open at any point right here, and I can get stopped out really quick. Look at the spread as well. That's the only thing I don't like. Besides that, in the 4 hour, we can see here like a kind of double top and a lot of rejection here. So I actually like this trade. I thought before closing on Friday we were gonna have at least some big candle going all the way here, and it didn't happen. But I think next week we can still be moving bearish, same as USDJPY. Even in USDJPY, if I'm gonna get in, I will have to see something like this: a new lower low, then reaction of the previous structure, just like we did here, and then I will consider taking a trade here to see if we turn bearish on the weekly. But on GBP JPY, I'm already on this trade, and I wouldn't say it's a bad trade at all. I just don't like that we close so close to break even and so close to this stop loss. But it is what it is. We'll see what happens. I think it's a good trade still, and I think it can happen. NCDUSD, this one I don't like as much as the others. I think these top four, even top three right here, it's more strong than these two that I'm gonna show. However, this one's interesting. This one's a powerful gem, USDCHF. But first of all, NCDUSD, really quick. We are bearish here. Daily, we are bullish. It looks like we stopped being bearish right here. As you can see, we were going bearish, bearish, bearish. Now we are having some structure right here. And I think we broke all these going up and down. Maybe what I'm expecting and what I'm looking for to get in a trade in this pair is a pullback to this area, rejection of this previous structure point, EMA, psychological number on the daily. Let's see the 4 hour, a little bit of the same. EMA it's a little bit more here, but I could be expecting a pullback to then keep going up or keep or just to confirm that we're switching to a bullish trend. So yeah, I'm expecting price to come here, bounce from one of these areas. In the 1 hour, we have here the EMA as well. So basically, it's just the same. You are gonna pull back, and at some point, we're gonna bounce off this area. If we go down, I'm not interested on this trade unless we are here and then we bounce up. But for now, I'm mostly waiting for this daily and for this daily and 4 hour previous structure point, this 5700. So I'm basically waiting for this to then show me the 1 hour that we're gonna go bearish. Maybe we can expect a little bit of a pullback to keep going bullish. So that's basically what I'm looking for in this trade. And I think if it happens, it could be a really, really good trade. I put the take profit right around here. It's not the most clear, but as you can see, we don't have that much structure in this area. So I know for sure that if we bounce off and we confirm that we're going bullish and we're using the EMA, we can go really far with this trade because as you can see, there's no structure here. So price will likely stop either here or here, or even more closely to the EMA. Now, USDCHF, this is a powerful gem emerging. I remember when we were here, I took all this bullish trend and it was just beautiful. It's just when you're riding the trend like this, you can get so much profits and so much gains. And I think we could be repeating the same thing right here. As you can see, we broke this area. As you can see, this area doesn't seem like much, although here, as you can see, it is a good area. But if you go to the daily, mostly, you can see how this area has been support, resistance, 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 resistance. And I stopped here, but even if you keep following this number, looks the 90,000. Wow. So we can even keep going and see support, resistance, support, resistance, a lot of resistance, support, resistance. So resistance. So this is a beautiful area that if we bounce off this area, we can literally set a good trade and forget about it for a few weeks, and it's gonna be a lot of profit. Trust me, you don't want to miss. Like, just look at this, for example, all the way here. This was weeks of just profits, weeks of just profits, weeks of just profits, weeks of just profits. Why not? Why it shouldn't not be the same? So what am I waiting for here? just to put an example, last time we kept going bearish, pulled back, boom. Now, yeah, pull back room. I actually have my take profit here, so that's what I'm waiting for. I'm gonna be looking at this chart almost every single day. I'm waiting for something like this. Rejection of this previous structure point, EMA, this 90,000, beautiful pullback, and then boom. Then we could have a little rejection of the weekly or not. Let me see. Maybe we could have something like this, although I wouldn't be so sure. But I do want to be on the lookout for a good trade. Like, just imagine a good trade like this. This is crazy. So I'm going to be not expecting that. I'm going to be looking for something like this. But if we get a good pullback right here and we come back, and by any chance we come back here and we reject this previous structure point or the previous structure point right here or something like this, I know we're gonna go all the way here, and I'm gonna try to take advantage of that. So maybe, who knows, maybe I'll take two different kind of trades on different accounts, who knows. But just be on the lookout for this. This is a powerful moment of the cycle of this chart, that if you can ride the trend, you will have a lot of money as a reward. I have these three trades as well. I'm gonna explain them really fast. I'm not the biggest fan of this. This is like, I'm just in case nothing's happening here, I'll just check this out. But this is like the classic girl that you don't think it's worth it that much, or you don't think she's that valuable. So you just you have her there just in case something happens, but you have better options right here. But I'm gonna explain them. CAD, CHF. As you can see, we're bearish every time. Well, in the daily, you can see that every time that we come here, reaction, reaction, reaction. So resistance on all these three, and we start here, we end here, we start here, we end here, we start here, we're probably gonna end here. What do I need on this trade to, well, take the trade? I like also on the weekly, as you can see, we're rejecting the EMA. That didn't happen. Well, it kind of happened here, didn't happen here, but I like that. Daily, I'm looking for something like this, literally. As you can see, higher high, higher low, we break bearish, we come here, we reject this structure point right here, and we bounce off this area that has been resistance, 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 resistance. So I'm just waiting for price to, like here, we switched to bearish, resistance right here, rejection, and we can go all the way here. Same happened here, bearish, rejection, and we go all the way down here, or at least down here, but yeah, way up in here. So yeah, and that's basically what I'm gonna be waiting for. Maybe, yes, we are already bearish. I wouldn't take this. No, yeah, because I'm not the biggest fan of this chart. Maybe I wouldn't get in right here. I will wait for the price to at least be on this respected zone. And if I see that we also have the EMA here, so if I see something like this and this, then, and if we go to the lower time frames and I see something like this in this pullback, we're bullish, and then we come here, we switch bearish, rejection, then we're mostly guaranteed that we're gonna end up right here. And I would love to see that and take that trade. I actually like this trade. That this one could be on my top actually. I like this trade. It makes a lot of sense. To keep going, these two Euro USD. I actually don't like this as much, but I'm gonna be looking at it because it's Euro USD and we are in this zone. That if I'm waiting for price to come back to the EMA, bounce off this area, take it as support, and come all the way right here. So I'm always gonna be looking at this chart. We're bearish here. We are bearish here as well. We have the EMA here. If we have a good rejection from here, maybe if this is the previous structure point, if we get another candle like this and we come the way all the way down here, we have these what number is it? 40. If we have the 40 right here, this psychological number, we bounce off this area, reaction right here from the previous structure point and the EMA. We If we get all of these together, I will be interested on going bullish. And GBP USD. Um, let's see. As you can see, we're bearish, or are we not anymore? We are not anymore. Although it's, but yeah. Daily. Okay, so I could be expecting because we switch bullish right here. The EMA is here. I could be expecting a little bit of a pullback right here. Maybe I would like to see more structure here. Then maybe the EMA is going to be right around here. We get the pullback and we can go bullish. This is a good trade actually. If those things happen, of course. Rejection of the previous structure right here, EMA. I like this actually. I like the idea of this. We have this psychological number too. Look. 2500. Looks better now. Yeah. It actually looks better now. So we could be expecting something like this. Let's see. Like this. Rejection. Um, we get this pullback. Same here. And then we can still go bullish. Let's see if I get another example. Maybe here. Well, yeah. A little bit of rejection. Pull back here. It kind of went sideways here, but it ended up going bullish. So I'm gonna be expecting something like this. Maybe a stop loss right here, or if not, then here. Who knows? Or actually, something like it depends where we enter the trade, but maybe like here. I like this. As you can see, a lot of rejection, support. So this area, I'll be trying to put my stop loss a little bit more to the downside of that area that I just kind of mark in my mind, and maybe let's see here, maybe okay, no, I have to see in the 1 hour. I have to see as these play out, but I hope this. I hope you can take advantage of some of these. These are very good opportunities. I like this week pretty much. I like a lot of these, and I think there's plenty of opportunities. Be patient. Try to get on the best ones. There's many, so just be picky and try to get the best entrance. Don't try to get the best trade always. A lot of times you only need the best entrance instead of the best trade, but I leave that to your hands. I hope you trade and you get good results this week with these pairs. And thank you for seeing.